Oh yeah. Hello everyone, welcome back to the episode of my MineCraft Let's Play. As always, this is Martin. We're in the cave at the moment, got some music going. Managed to somehow jump in between a creeper and a skeleton, or vice versa, or whatever. Anyway, the skeleton killed the creeper, and I got the disc Strad, which is great. So we've got 2 discs now. Another chest. There we go, so we've got Cat from the dungeons and Strad from the creepers. And this actually is relevant to what we're going to do today. Today we are going to build a bread maker, or at least a wheat maker, rather. It's a more apt description. Basically, we've got all those bones from the skeleton farm, from the mob tower, and we need somewhere to put them, and we've got a lot of villagers over at the village now, and this is what this is for as well. We're going to go and check this in a minute, but this is our standing on material at the moment. Fair bit of diamond, absolutely tons of this stuff though. So I'm going to build the bread maker, wheat maker, out of the front face of this, out of this, and I think we're going to build it in here. I've had an idea of what I want to do where in this world, and I think I'm going to turn this section of the map into the wheat farm. Now, I'll stand back a bit so you get an eye for perspective, but basically, if you can imagine this row here, maybe with this 3 blocks empty, and then on the left and the right there will be trays where there'll be wheat on, and then those trays will then spew out water and the wheat will come falling off down into the middle channel, and there'll be lots of trays spewing wheat off, and we'll go and run around and collect it and get tons and tons of wheat. So a bit of an idea, need to work out still how I'm going to get that working. I think I've got an idea with pistons where they'll pop out, so I can use the same drop zone where the wheat will fall down. You can use that same area as a platform for running up and reseeding the entire wheat field. So I think I want to do something like that for here, since it's nice, sheltered, it's underground, and we've got this massive cavern, which we're not really going to be using much after we get the central hub sorted over in the field over there. So that's going to be a good use for this place. But that is the wheat farm. We need to make the bread maker, and sort of want to do it without compromising the layout for this place. What I mean by that is I don't want it to have a say a 2 wide passageway and then have to filter off into a 1 wide passageway. I like things odd or even, if that's a better example of what I'm trying to say. Okay, let's get this going again, because I do like the music. Best example of that is here. If it meant that ladder step section there being only 1 wide in the centre, I would extend the wall to make it 2 wide as it is now. Sort of trying to keep things even or odd. Yeah, that's probably makes no sense at all, but nonetheless, if this is that's 1 wall, we're going to extend out that way, and that wall there we're going to extend out that way, so it's going to be a giant open chasm. So I think if we centre ourselves here, say this is the centre point, let's go this one. Right, so let's assume this is the new centre for this cavern. Now we're going, this is going to be the odd cavern, this is going to be in odd numbers, so the drop zone for the wheat will be 3 wide. And yeah, so if that extends along here, all this is going to be torn out, by the way. This is all going to go, probably this bridge, I don't know, I like it, but I think I'm going to move it somewhere else. Probably still into this section, because we do need a manual way in and out of this place. And if the wheat is going to be, actually, you know what, instead of disrupting all that good stuff down that end, I think we're going to go in the opposite direction. We're going to go and cut out this way, and we're going to cut into here and create a space around here to work in. Oh, cave system. Do not recognise this. Huh. Must have been chasing mob sounds and got up here. Yeah, that must have been it. You know when you hear the sound of zombies or skeletons or something, you just sort of start digging towards it. I reckon that was it. What's a good distance then? Actually, we can gauge that by taking out that, just cutting straight through like that. So that's how far we need to go to be clear of this and the back of that cave. So this is a good spot here. So I think I'm going to make this the front face of the bread maker, or wheat maker. I should really properly call it the wheat maker for what it is. So the wheat maker, as I'm going to be calling it now, is not my own design. It is a creation, I could say, using the, and I'm not sure who it's by, so because there's lots of people who have done variations of it, improving it, increasing reliability, and making the design more and more compact each iteration. So there's no real way of knowing for me who actually invented it. So don't shout at me if I'm not quoting the name, because I honestly don't know. So basically the concept is you stand in a certain place, say here, there's a dispenser there, a dispenser there, and you quite simply have a dirt block in front of you, like that, with a piston behind it, and I think a piston on the back wall as well, and one dispenser spits out a seed which will land in your hotbar, and you want to have everything out of your hotbar regarding wheat and bone meal. So seeds will land in your inventory in the highlighted slot which I've got selected, for example. You right click and it plants them onto this tillowed soil which will be in front of you. That forces a block update. No, wait. No, based on timers, then a dispenser on this side will spit out a bone meal, which you then still hold right click and it will super grow the wheat. Now, based on block updates, that will cause a piston to fire, which will drop this block down and up again, and then it will spit out another seed for you, and then another bone meal, and you can basically stand here, hold right click, and it will churn up and down again and again, and it'll just churn out wheat for you. So we're going to be building that this week, because we've got plenty of bones and nothing to trade with our villagers, or prisoners, or whatever we're going to be calling them. But I'm going to take a quick break and dash on over to the village. We're going to see what we can get in terms of emeralds for this stuff here. Well, you know, that didn't take long. Just pop back here to see how things are going on here in this village, and 3 have already jumped into the water. I think we actually just lost one there. Right, so yeah, 3 have jumped into the water and they're being stupid. Oh, really? Really, Iron Golem? You jump down here too. Oh, I can't trust you guys to do anything, can I? Right, so we're about to lose our priest. I'm about to die too. About to lose a priest and a librarian and an Iron Golem, but I'm not sure if they can drown. Actually, there's a good point. Can Iron Golems drown? I have no idea. Alright, I'm going to get back to it. Okay, so daytime in the village. We've got our first villager here. This guy actually does both trades, which is quite good. So we're just going to load that up. Lots of books. Nope, no more books for him. Now we can do that. And that again, and that's all our trading done. Now he's going to force a new trade. There's the particle effect. So the first trade disappeared because we exhausted it, but the second trade actually survived, which is good. We can use that again. And we've got the new trade, which is 3 for a bookshelf, which is of course an absolute rip-off. So that's, yeah, two emerald blocks plus 2 more, which is, you know, it's alright, but I know we can do better. Hence our new creation for today, the wheat maker. Let's just see if there's any useful material here lying around. Definitely taking those. Anything else? Take that back to base. Need those. Take the hoe. Alright, okay. Let's go back to base. Whoa. Can you hear that? I think we've got a guest. Just quickly, just condensing all this material which I'm smelting down into blocks, and if we just quickly put that in there, I think we'll find, aha, yes, a wild zombie pigman. So in 1.4, this actually reminds me, in 1.4 you're able to walk through portals, but you'll also be able to bring things with you. So if I throw down an item, for example, say a tool, it will disappear into the portal and I'll be able to collect it on the other side. Because it's not, the other side of the portal isn't loaded, there's an unloaded chunk effectively. The countdown on the timer where an item disappears shouldn't be active, so that's going to be one way of storing items on the floor without losing them. Right, I think you've stayed around long enough. Out of here. Yeah, no chance, was it? Golden nugget. 3, right. Right, so I'm just going to quickly pull up the designs for the bread maker, and we're going to get right to it. Okay, well, before we get started on building this thing, we're going to need to clear some space, and you can see I'm holding the flint and steel because we've loaded this place with TNT. We've got 6 TNT ready to go, and I'm just going to go bam, 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 and hopefully... Nice. Excellent, we've got a nice cleared area now. Okay, I'm going to tidy this up, fill in all the gaps, clear out the mess, and actually what have we blown into? Is this one of my main tunnels which I come through? Doesn't seem to be. I might have a bit of a confusion later when I come down here mining if I don't recognise this place after I've just modified it. Oh well, okay. Let's clear this place and get it prepped. Okay, so this is where we're going to be building it. It's a little smaller than the area which I blew out, but I've filled all the blocks in so there's no dark patches around here. It is a 7 by 5 and then 3 deep, and that's deep enough so that it will be at ground level by the time it's completed. I hope. I'm no good at doing a tutorial and present the building at the same time, so I'm just going to get on with building it and I'll show you progress as I go. Alright, here we go. So this is the bread maker so far. It's actually the version 2 bread maker. Apparently there was an update on pistons during the 1.3 update which made the old version not function properly. So this one is the new version, which is using a light switch to pop up the seeds once they're grown. I did look into it. It was first made by Generic B, and the redstone was then compacted by Pear Squirrel. So those two people are the people who are responsible for the original design. Version 2 design, I'm not sure. Anyway, so if we go up here, this is the redstone wirings for it. It's actually relatively simple. It's only about 3 or 4 stages which it needs to go through, and there's actually a better way of going down. I think it's around here. There it is. Okay, so basically if you start off with a flat floor like this, just light it up so you have a solid ground to work on. Piston there is below the here. That's the gateway so you don't walk in or out. So you stand here and operate it, and then when you're done you flip the lever and you can walk in. Now this lever can be moved, I presume, and I probably will move it to there or on this wall here. Basically, one of the requirements of this place is that you have it shut off from external light, so there's no, as it would be called, light pollution affecting the workings of this. So you need to create a gateway to shut you off from the main world. So that's what this is. Got a very simple setup here, just redstone power in there, primary power state in that one, which runs up to this, runs into a piston up there, and runs down to a piston in there. So that's all very simple. The themes now, I think I'm going to take out a couple of these blocks and replace them with lapis. So we want that one out and that one out. This block, what block do we want that one to be? Let's go with iron, since we've got a lot of that. Yeah, that looks quite nice. And well actually, let's make this look quite industrial. I'm wary of breaking this. Yes, I think I just did. I think I just broke the machine. Right, before I do any more destruction to this thing, let me just check up here. Yes, there was. Redstone goes there. That's correct. So I need to take out this one and replace it. That's that sorted. So what else needs to be changed? We can change that block. That doesn't affect anything, I hope. That one and that one. That looks nice. Very nice. Right, once again, just check up top, see if anything's broken. I think we got away with it on that one. I don't see any redstone lying around, so we should be alright. So that's that. Themed. Right. Walls now. Actually, the ceiling. We could do... I want to keep it light, so I might go gold in the roof. Right, oh good, there's nothing up here. Like that. Just whack the torches back down. How does that look in here? Oh, nice. I like that. Blocks. Let's do blue walls. And then we'll choose something else for the floor. You're watching me trying to decorate, and I'm not very good. Perhaps a bit too blue. I might mix up with a bit with something else. Door here, we want sort of a whitewash, as if it's sort of like an operating theatre, like a surgical white. I just realised we need one of those. Actually, no, we don't need one of those on the outside because we're not going to lock ourselves out, are we? That would be silly. Stick with stone brick for the floor as well, actually. Like that. Come on, jump. Okay, actually, have I got any more? I do. Take out that one, take out that one, take out that one, and that one. Sort of trying to go for a pattern here. Like that. Yep, okay, this can work. There. There. Put some iron on that one. And then that one as well. Let's quickly do a sweep round and make sure we've got everything collected. Fill in any gaps. Up here, we can close this off now. Have I run out of smooth stone ice? I have. Also, I lowered this whole thing down one layer, mainly so that when it comes to me clearing out this place, whoops, just nudge the headset. When it comes to me clearing out this place, this will go down at least one layer. I think I'll rebuild up one layer there, so it should be more flat with the ground. Yes. Where am I? That's all closed off. No, I'm incapable of jumping apparently. What was above that? I need to get sealed. Lit in there, that's all good. What was hitting me? Probably suffocation damage. And what's needs doing down here? I can't tell at the moment. The front of the machine is there. So that's going to get ironed in. Okay, I'm just going to run a layer of stone just to case that, just in case there's an odd block going, and I pour water in here. Is that closed up? Okay, I think we're almost there. It's a bit of a mix-up of colours in here at the moment, so that seals that up. We can match the ceiling as well. Ah, yes, I did. No, wait. Okay, it's over there. That's good. I was just thinking I was about to knock out the redstone which is above us for the piston there. Okay, sweet. This needs to stay at this level of light here because we don't want anything interfering, and that is our way in and out, which is quite good. Let's put some light out here though, just so we don't get any surprises. Okay, and at long last I get to show you how this thing works. So we have seeds in there, our bone meal in here. Make sure there's no seeds or bone meal in your inventory at the time, so otherwise this won't work. One seed like that out of the dispenser. I shall eat first. And if I've got it all right, hold right click. Oh, look at that. So there's a bud switch on the back of the piston there, which you're seeing, and that's firing every time it updates the block. Every time the block is updated, rather. And that's causing the light above the wheat there to flick on and off, even though you're not seeing it. And at the same time, it's also firing out seeds and bone meal from the pistons on the dispensers on either side here, which are obviously feeding this. So in theory, I could sit here AFK with, I don't know, elastic band around the right mouse button and could harvest wheat for days. So if we've got an entire chest of wheat, that is effectively the same. Sorry, if we've got the entire chest of bones, that's basically 3 chests of bone meal, which is 3 chests of wheat, which is brilliant. So there we go, there's all that wheat already. So all we need to do is sit here for a while, gather some wheat, and then we can go over to our village to trade some more. So I'm gonna get on with this. I'm just gonna sit here for a while now and do some more wheat manufacturing, and I'll be back in a bit. Okay, right, so we're over at the village now, and we've got some wheat from the wheat maker, and we're going to go and find the necessary villagers. I'm also going to see if I can find the guy who does paper as well, since I got some from the sugarcane rather, which was growing while I was in the wheat maker. Sort of ran some numbers with the whole wheat maker thing. It takes about 15 minutes to get through an entire dispenser full of bone meal, which is about the same as 15 minutes for 9 stacks of wheat, which isn't very efficient, although at the same time the sugarcane will be growing, which will obviously provide us with our main source of income in terms of emeralds. I'm losing my train of thought here. Come on, where is this guy? Let's have a look. See, right. Well, this could take a while, so I'll just try and find him, and then I'll be right back. Alright, so I found him. He's just over there. But first, we need to get our wheat into our inventory, and for that, we've got this. So we're gonna put all our items into here and just load up our inventory with wheat, and to get as much carried as possible. Oh, yeah, perfect. Excellent, right, let's go and find that guy again. Okay, here he is. Let's get this trade underway. So, how many emeralds can we get from an inventory full of wheat with 21 per emerald? Well, I'm sure someone with a calculator could probably find out very quickly. But let's see how this works, and I'm of course aware that this will force the trade to become unavailable once we've completed it. So we'll have to maybe negotiate other trades with this villager to get him to reopen a wheat trade, or perhaps get other villagers to do a wheat trade. So almost a stack. It's quite good. So if it's about 9 stacks of wheat for 15 minutes in the bread maker, that's about 3 blocks of emeralds. It's I think 2.9 blocks of emeralds for every 15 minutes in the wheat maker, which isn't too bad, I suppose, if you got a lot of spare time to, you know, sit there AFK. And what I was doing is I was just leaving a lot of weighted object in my wallet on the mouse button, and just watching television, and then popping around every 5 minutes to quickly gather up the material. So that is one way of doing it, but I'm sure, and actually, to be honest, I think that's probably one of the only ways of doing it, because you can't collect the trade while in the middle of the cycle, because that would give you a inventory full of seeds which would disrupt the flow of the process. So that's pretty much the only way of going about it. Right, so 64 and 45 emeralds, that's quite a lot. And since when did everyone gather around us? Oh, actually, let's have a quick look, see what he... Aha, emeralds for cookies. There was another villager doing that earlier on over here somewhere. Was it you? Yes, it was him. Well, we might as well get these emeralds straight up into blocks and into position here at the village. Let's go about that now. Yeah, so at least 8 stacks, blocks rather. 9, 10, 11, 12, perfect, with 1 left over. So we can complete this house here. I'm stuck on something, there we go. So this should make it a bit more colourful as we go on. Just getting more and more emeralds in this place. And just put them on this wall. Like so. And I still haven't figured out a proper final design for the 3x3 house, or if for that matter the 6x3 house, so I'm going to continue to think about that, but I think we're doing okay for houses for the time being. It's getting quite busy around here. Ah, that's a rubbish trade. That's slightly better than the one we had earlier. A couple of villagers managed to drown themselves straight away because I forgot to clear off the blocks over this door and the one over... Get out of the way. Over this door. So what they were doing, they were jumping up onto this block, doing a 360 on this fence post and then jumping off into the ocean and drowning themselves. And we lost a couple of iron golems to that as well, actually, because I had to kill them because they weren't actually drowning. So we've got 2 iron golems in here at the moment, I think, at least 1. To be honest, I think there might be another one stuck at the bottom of the ocean, I wouldn't be surprised. I'll give that a look in a minute. But anyway, I think we're doing quite well for time here, so I think I'm going to cut the episode here. But thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.